Buongiorno, everyone.
Buongiorno.
Just when you thought we'd gone for good, we're back. We've got a couple of days in Rieti. We're going to visit some Franciscan sites, hopefully Font Colombo and the Nativity Sanctuary outside of Greccio. We've got a couple of other things planned. You'll notice that Rhonda is looking very elegantly dressed today.
Got my green dress on.
Me, I look about the same. I have got a little surprise planned to celebrate the end of our pilgrimage journey.
Okay.
40 so days of walking. So stay tuned. I did say to Rhonda, put on something a little nice, not the walking shorts. So we'll have a little look around Rieti. We'll pop some things on so that you can see what it's like here. Hopefully not too much to bore you, but you can always turn it off. Anyway, it's a lovely river here, the Velino River, a beautiful bridge. We'll see how the next 2 days unfold. Ciao.
Ciao.
Help! The geese are coming after me. They think I've got food. Okay, this is the main Duomo of Rieti. I think it's called the Church of Santa Maria di Assunta. Here we are. It's very quiet here today. There is statue of St. Francis. And there is Rhonda. Wandering. We've just had a wonderful experience at a local winery called Limacchi to celebrate the end of our pilgrimage journey, and now we're exploring a little bit of Rieti. And right next to St. Francis here, in the little piazza near the cathedral, are the 4 Franciscan sites of the Rieti Valley, which they call the Holy Valley. Poggio Bostoni, which we went to yesterday, La Foresta, which we went to yesterday, Greccio, which we'll be going to tomorrow, and Font Colombo. We'll also be going there tomorrow, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. Okay, inside the Church of Santa Maria di Assunta, I think records showed, just reading outside, that the first signs of construction of this church were in 598 AD and had been subsequently built on after that. Buongiorno, everyone.
Buongiorno.
We're still in Rieti.
Rieti we are in still.
Yes, we had a lovely day yesterday. We wandered. We went to a local winery to celebrate the completion of our
It
pilgrimage.
was terrific.
An amazing day.
It was a celebration of everywhere we'd walked and all the wine that we saw, all the food that was being produced. It was a day of celebration. It was really lovely.
It was great.
Yeah.
And we got picked up here at this church by Matteo, who took us out there, and we had a lovely time.
We did.
And now we're getting picked up by a taxi, and we are going to be driven to the Greccio Sanctuary.
Yes.
And then from there, we'll get to have a look around. He's going to wait for us, and then he's going to drive us back to the other sanctuary called Font Colombo. And from there, we're going to walk back into Rieti. We looked at buses. We were working out how on earth we could get to these 2 sanctuaries. We couldn't get the bus timetables to work out for us. So in the end, we found a local taxi driver, and he's going to drop us out at the one just a bit outside Greccio. Yeah, it was the only way we could work out so that we could see.
In the small space of time that we've got.
Yeah.
So, and then we're walking back.
Yep, and that means we'll have been able to visit all 4 of the Franciscan sanctuaries around Rieti, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, that's our day, and we'll collect some footage.
Come along for the ride.
Yeah. All right, thanks. See you later. We've arrived at the sanctuary of Greccio, I think the driver was saying. The alternative route of the Via di Francesco runs through here. Excuse the construction equipment. There's always works going on. Hello, Rhonda. There you are. The alternative route from Aroni comes this way along this side of the valley, through this sanctuary, down to Greccio, and around to Fontecolomba. But we chose the other side of the valley, the Poggiobastoni La Foresta side. And now we're here having a look. This is a very, very important place because it was here that St. Francis created the first live nativity. And that's where the tradition of the nativity comes from. Sorry about the jackhammers in the background, but this place is literally clinging to the side of the hill. And over further there in the distance, you can see the little village of Greccio perched on top of the hill there. And we're now looking back over the Rieti Valley. I'm not sure if we can see Rieti. I'm not 100% sure which way we came. I think maybe around that way. We seem to be sticking to the side of the mountain down on the flats there. Not sure how well you can see this, but it's kind of dark in here. This is the church here. It was on this site, I think in 1221-ish, that St. Francis gathered together some local farmers with their animals and created a live nativity scene. And that's where the tradition of the nativity came from. Interesting. Little room in the distance there with the cross is apparently where St. Francis stayed when he first visited Greccio sometime between 1209 and 1214. The little town of Greccio, maybe 3 or 4 kilometres from where the sanctuary is, perched right up on the hill. Amazing. Quiet little town. Well, here we are at Fonte Colombo. 7 kilometres back to Rieti, 109 kilometres to the tomb of St. Peter in Roma. Let's have a little explore around here. If it's as amazing as the sanctuary at Greccio, it will be something to look forward to. So, I don't want to be like a St. Francis documentary, but this is the place where he wrote the rules for the Franciscan order. And there's a photo there. Well, I'll put a photo on of what looks like the original rules that are in a frame in the church. Just to possibly correct myself, I've got this little chapel here at St. Fonte Colombo. I think maybe it was this red towel that is behind the glass here that St. Francis inscribed on the wall. Maybe not the Red Cross back at Greccio, but who knows? So there is Rieti in the distance. I think it's about 6 kilometres away. We've decided that we are going to walk from here back to Rieti, because it is actually on the Via di Francesco alternative route. So we're going to follow the map and walk from here back to Rieti, maybe 6 kilometres. The good news is it's supposed to be downhill. So after all the uphills, we'll be very happy to have a downhill section.
Ending on a downhill.
Yeah. So we couldn't really give up the walking. We still have to finish with walking back from Fonte Colombo to Rieti.
And this is our last walk.
And this will definitely be it for now. Okay, looks like we're out of the shady part, coming downhill. There's the trail stretched out in front, and there's the motorway. And up over there is Poggio Bastoni, and Rieti just tucked around to the right. Like from the other side of the valley coming into Rieti, it's the same on the Greccio side of the valley, with some urban walking on the way in. Very similar, and still very hot. We've picked up a little riverside path. Oh, look, there's the river down there. It looks really nice. Some runs and some rapids. Maybe there's some trout in there. Who knows? Oh, it looks beautiful, actually. Little bit of shade, little bit of water. Always makes you feel like it's a little bit cooler. Isn't that lovely? And I think this will take us all the way into Piazza Cavour, which is near our accommodation. Okay, I think we are just heading along the river now towards our apartment. Tell you what, Rhonda, I'm going to be keen to get in there and put the aircon on for a little bit.
Nice and high.
We might then this afternoon go find our final gelato in Italy until we come back and fly home in a week or two. But we tend to not get gelato as much in Greece. I will be getting the souvlaki. It's probably been a slightly nicer walk coming in this way along the river than maybe the full urban walk coming in from the other side.
And coming through the valley too.
Yeah.
The other side, the Poggio Bastoni, you hit Rieti.
Yes.
Come in.
The suburbs seem to go forever from that side. This has been a bit of urban walking, but actually quite pleasant. Yeah. Rusty Attenborough here. So this this monument in this random square in the middle of Rieti is regarded as the umbilicus of Italy, the navel of Italy, the geographic centre of Italy. So the same distance from side to side and from top to bottom. And I think it was recognised first 100 BC, and If we can sneak up here in a little while and take a photo, you can see that Rieti is bang in the middle of Italy, the navel of Italy. There you have it. Buonasera, everyone.
Buonasera from Rieti.
It's us again, and we're still in Rieti.
We keep popping up. We can't say goodbye, but now we're saying goodbye.
This is it. This is the official
We're done.
goodbye.
Our Via di Francesco is finished, completed. We've done everything, and we feel like we've done.
We do. We feel like we celebrated.
Yep.
We feel like we've been to the last 2 Franciscan sanctuaries in the Rieti Valley.
Yep.
We've seen the navel of Italy, and it's now time for us to say goodbye.
That's enough to let us go.
From the navel of Italy. I think we walked around 420 kilometres from Florence to Rieti.
Well done.
Well
done.
Plus all the kilometres we walked.
And all the
wandering around
planning.
town.
And all the planning, day-to-day
Yes.
planning and the
Yeah.
night-to-night planning.
Yeah, up and down hills. And
Excellent.
through valleys. And
Excellent.
all over.
Yep.
So we did want to just say thank you for watching and
Yes.
thank you for being part of the journey.
Yep.
And we appreciate the comments that we've received. And until we see you again, thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.